All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again with another live stream, this time bringing you the Chelsea match preview. Wolves versus Chelsea preview is upon us. Wow, what a weekend of Premier League football that we've already witnessed. It's been quite an amazing morning for me, obviously overnight for you guys. Arsenal drawing 1-1. Liverpool, golden opportunity, man. Golden opportunity in the second half from that break, that counter-attack. Liverpool, do you know what? Every time you think you got a corner and you've got a good chance to score, Liverpool are probably more lethal when they concede a corner, because the amount of times I've seen Liverpool break from oppositions having a corner, it's incredible. But they couldn't finish. Trent Alexander-Arnold needed to finish, couldn't finish. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk a little bit about Dominic Solanke. Every time I say Dominic, I keep thinking of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. But no, Dominic Solanke. Dominic Solanke is the name that we want to have a quick conversation before we get into this match. A lot of you guys laughed at me. Lots of you guys laughed at me in All You Can Eat Chelsea. I've been saying it over the past few weeks that I'm watching Solanke, and I'm watching how he's moving, how he's developed as a striker, how he's growing as a striker. You can clearly see the development. You know how with certain, like we talk about player development, this, that, the other. With this particular player, if you notice the last 2-3 seasons, you can see every season he's improving and improving, adding more skills to his skill set. And it's not a surprise for me. It's not a surprise. Now he's single-handedly winning games for Bournemouth. Like, we have to understand. The player plays for Bournemouth. We have to understand. A lot of people are like, oh, what's he done? He's got to score X amount of goals. Like, this guy doesn't play for Real Madrid. He doesn't play for, do you know what I mean, Bayern Munich, or he doesn't play for one of the top Man City. He plays for Bournemouth, and the level of performances he's putting for Bournemouth. Look at the caliber of goals as well. Premier League, we can all say, is not a Mickey Mouse league. Premier League is the top of the top. Look at the kind of goals he's scoring, the oppositions he's scoring against. Look at the way he's positioning himself against some of the defenders. Look at his aerial ability. I love a striker that can score header goals. It is the bread and butter, man. Like, you must be able to score header goals. So I just wanted to put it out there that, look, keep a lookout for Dominic Solanke. Keep watching him. See how he's developing. I mean, his stats are ridiculous this season so far for someone playing for Bournemouth. So, look, for me, he's got the pace. He's got the physicality. His hold up is very sound. His link up is very, very good. He's got a lot of assists last season for Bournemouth. And obviously, he's a very good finisher. And aerially, he's just very, very good player. At the age of 25, 26, he's just about to take off now. You know, he's mature. He's not a kid anymore. He understands the game. So I like it. I just wanted to throw that in. And if you guys have missed out on my video, which I posted literally about a couple of hours ago, if you guys have missed out, I'm just going to put it out in the chat. My latest Solanke video. Check it out. The link is there. So yeah, give that a watch once you guys are ready to finish off over here. So yeah, big up to each and every one of you guys that has joined in. Smash the like button. We're going to do the Wolves versus Chelsea preview. So quite a few things to talk about, actually. So before we get into that, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe. Subscribe if you're here for the first time. Let me just quickly take care of one little thing. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with me one moment. Just want to quickly pin that message. There you go. All right. So yeah, once this show is over, do give that Dominic Solanke video a watch. I've just pinned that. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to show you the table first. I just want to show you the table. We need to get a move on. We need to get a move on. As you can see, Arsenal top of the table 40 points. Liverpool, 39 points. Aston Villa, 39 points. Aston Villa actually could have gone top of the table if they'd won against um, Sheffield United. And then all the way to the bottom 10th is us, 22 points. And there's a bit of a gap between us and Brighton. Brighton are 27 points. So we need to bridge that gap. We need to bridge that gap. Man United losing again. Once again, not a surprise. Not a one bit surprise that Man United lost to West Ham. Man United have been rubbish. And do you know what the sad part is? Even though how rubbish Man United they've been this season, they've beaten us. They've beaten us. I think they've not won anything over the last 9 games besides our game, besides our one. So it's quite incredible. We are the ones that they've got the victory against. That just shows how poor we've been. But it's time to bridge that gap. We get a victory. We go to 25 points, only 2 behind Brighton, and only 3 behind Man United, and only 4 behind Newcastle. So we should look to climb up the table. West Ham are 6th, man, with 30 points. We've got to deliver. And then 14th is Wolves with 19. So if Wolves get a victory, they can actually level things up with us. So very important we get this win. It's not going to be easy. It definitely won't be easy. If you look at some of the, if you look at Wolves' form, not overall form. I'm talking about Wolves' home form. Obviously, last game they lost against West Ham. At home, 1-1. Let's have a look at their home form. 1-1, 1-0. That was away from home. That was away from home as well. At home, beating Spurs 2-1. Away from home, losing to Sheffield United. At home, drawing against Newcastle 2-2. Away from home, away from home, winning against Bournemouth. At home, drawing against Aston Villa. At home, beating Manchester City. So look, this is no Mickey Mouse situation, man. Obviously, that one they lost at home to Liverpool. So look, Wolves are not going to be easy. They're a very, very difficult side. I think Pedro Neto is going to come back, but their main player at the moment. Let me just have a quick look at their last game. Their main player at the moment is Huang. Huang is the big player for them at the moment. He's on form. It's a particular player we need to look out for. Matthias Cunha is also very, very pacey, very robust. Sarabia is not bad as well. Overall, look, they're not a bad team, man. They're not a bad team one bit. One thing we need to be very careful with Wolves is they're going to run. They're going to run. They're going to press. They're going to be physical. They just don't have a finisher. They don't have a clinical finisher. This is why they probably don't have enough points. Bellegarde is also very, very solid as well. They probably should have picked up a few more victories this season. They've been unlucky. The first match against Man United, they were unlucky, 100% unlucky. So look, this match away from home at the Molineux, at Wolves' home ground, is not going to be easy one bit. However, we're in such mud. We have to. There is no two ways about it. The excuses are disappearing slowly. And Nkunku's coming. And look, this is what I want to start off the conversation. I want to see what you guys have to say in the live chat about. Obviously, Mauricio Pochettino, he went on a bit of a rant in the press conference talking about how certain players and their entourage, forcing their client to be, playing on a regular basis. And Mauricio Pochettino went on a bit of a rant saying, look, we know how to control the situation. Don't push us. Your client has not been fit for like 6 months, and to then come out and push us to play him, that's not right. This is why. Do you know what? You know how all the journalists, like especially Fabrizio Romano, and Nizar Kinsella as well, they've been beating the drums that, Nkunku should have been back, will be in the squad against Newcastle. That was like almost a month ago. Oh, he'll definitely be in the squad against Man United. Oh, he'll definitely be in the squad against XYZ. And then he wasn't there up until the last game. The game before that, I think he would have come on against Sheffield United, but we started winning, and that's why we sort of reserved our usage of Nkunku. But last game, obviously, he featured in the Carabao Cup against Newcastle. And then this one, once again, I don't expect Nkunku to start. I fully think he's going to come off the bench, but I'm just, Pochettino, even though he went for a rant, and I think we might have all appreciated that because we want open and honest, feelings from a manager. But sometimes I think maybe he needs to just stay quiet, because you just don't know how some of these players will react in the background. So I don't know if he was just talking about Nkunku. Maybe he was also talking about Madueke. Madueke is another one where he's come out and said that he's got to work a lot better. For all the people that consistently keep saying, "What about Madueke? What about Madueke?" And we've said it. Some of us have said it, that he probably just doesn't put enough in the training ground. And Pochettino has come out in the press conference saying that, yeah, there's a lot of competition in the wings. There's plenty of players. There's Sterling, there's Palmer, there's Mudryk, now there's Nkunku. So Madueke, you've got your work cut out. So maybe he's talking about Madueke, maybe he's talking about Nkunku, maybe he's talking about Martin. I don't know. Who knows? But you could see that Pochettino, he's feeling the pressure. He's feeling the pressure. And then we see some comments today coming out in regards to how he's been angered, or he will be angered if we sell someone like Conor Gallagher. So this is the latest that's out, ladies and gentlemen, from Mirror Football. Chelsea are at risk of angering Mauricio Pochettino by entertaining bids for Conor Gallagher in January. Gallagher, being 100% pure profit, is seemingly of being appealed to Chelsea's decision makers. Look, I don't know about this angered man. What are you going to be angered for? You've been hired as a yes man, Mauricio Pochettino. Like, I don't know whether that statement or that particular tweet from Mirror Football, I don't know. I'm not really sure how much truth there is. Maybe they're trying to cook up a particular scenario, knowing what the fans are feeling, knowing what is being talked about. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that this was true. I find it strange. Mauricio Pochettino cannot get angry. I'm sorry. You've been hired as a yes man. You've been hired as a yes man. You should very well know, or when you did take up the job, you should very well have known what you're getting into. They would have told you that they're going to sell academy products for pure profit. You don't have any say. Pochettino will have zero say. So for him, when I see that particular tweet, I honestly think that's a bit of a joke. Honestly, that's a bit of a joke. I can't see him getting angered. Yeah, he's vented his frustration in the press conference in recent times, saying that Conor Gallagher is his man. He's been captaining the side. He's been relying on him. He's regularly on the starting 11. But if the owners and the board want to sell, then they will sell. You've got no say in it. Felix is saying, Miz, this game is more tricky than Newcastle. Believe me, 100%. 100% it's more tricky. There is no two ways about it. 100% it's tricky. Lucky Singh is saying, Wolves fans bit noise make returns. You're missing a lot of... the grammar in that sentence is a bit off. Abdul Razak in the house. Good to see you, my man. Nah, Miz, can't agree with that. He's entitled to feel they are sabotaging him. Okay, let's talk about this. When he took over the job, he was told exactly what's going to happen. Abdul Razak, he's not been brought in to have a lot of say or a lot of power. We have to understand. That he's been brought in to pretty much follow the instructions, of the board and the owners. Yeah, they say collaborate. They're open for the input, but if the board is willing to let go of someone, they will let go of him. Now, I don't like this situation. I'm not saying that he shouldn't feel angry. What I'm saying is, there's no point of you feeling angry, because you know what you got into. It's like taking this job up and now pretending that, I had no idea. I had no idea that I was getting into such a managerial situation. You should have known, Pochettino. You should have known. So no point in getting angry here, feeling that he's getting sabotaged. No. What sabotage, man? Look at the amount of players that these owners and the board is buying for him. What sabotage, brother? Look at the amount of players. And he would have known from the get-go which players are in the pipeline. If he from the get-go came in and said, I only want experienced players, I don't want anyone else, don't get me any kids, he would not be selected as a manager. It's simple as that. They brought Pochettino in knowing that Pochettino will keep his mouth shut and will listen to instructions. Anything else, you're literally, not thinking about this situation properly then. Abdul Razak again, yes, but who is making the decisions? Of course, the owners and the board, ex Southampton and ex Brighton, Poch will be thinking these guys got no clue. If he's thinking that, why did you take the job? This is what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying, Abdul Razak? If he is thinking that, which he has the right to think, why did you take the job? Did you not know? Weren't ex Southampton and ex Brighton and ex Monaco and these owners, weren't they there when he was getting hired? He would have known all of this. No point in sitting now and complaining about it. That's what I'm saying. No point in sitting now and complaining about it. Poch is a yes man. It's simple as that. He's a yes man. The board and the owners will do whatever they like with this team as they will. And Poch will need to get on with it. And if he disagrees, then you made a mistake in taking this job. They will very much sack you and then get another puppet who will listen to them. Simple as that. It's simple as that, man. That's how it should. That's how we should be looking at this, because that's how it's been designed for us to look at. In Life No Limits, it is it true that Chelsea have never won a Christmas Eve fixture in our entire history? If so, we might as well forget this game. Wow, really? That doesn't look good. Look, this is going to be a tough fixture. There's no doubts about that. Pedro Neto is back looking peak for you lot. Yeah, he'll probably come off the bench and probably create a bit of an impact as well. No doubts about that. Exactly. You can't take a job without doing your research. Absolutely. Every job. Look, I just took over a recent job, right? 2 months ago, I joined a new job. I knew exactly what I was getting into. My recruiting manager had also told me exactly what you're getting into, how things operate, who are the managers, who's the head of the department, what is expected of me, what's coming in the future in the company. I knew everything. Nothing's a surprise. Now that I've come into the company, nothing's a surprise. I signed up for it. I fully signed up for this. Now, if I've not 2 months in, 3 months in my new job, I start complaining for the things that I signed up for, that's the recruiter will probably have an issue with me, saying, why is this an issue for you? You said this is okay. Now this is an issue for you. Why? So we have to understand. We have to understand. Okay, let's see what Felix is saying. Wolves are deadly in counter miss. I've seen them counter. They are very robust, pacey, and they're very smart, but they don't finish most of the counters. That's the issue. I hope against Chelsea they don't finish, please. Poch should expect another low block team playing against him. He must adapt his tactics to this. I'm pretty sure Wolves won't dominate us, but they will run so much. They will run. They will 100% run. Abdul Razak again, not saying coming from Brighton or our gap. Now, fair enough. Okay, so look, that's a little bit about Poch. Enzo Fernandez, ladies and gentlemen, is out. That's been confirmed. Enzo Fernandez is out from this particular fixture. And you know what? Maybe it's good for all parties here. Maybe this is good for all parties, good for Enzo Fernandez as well. Take rest, heal up. He's got the hernia issue, I believe. Heal up, take rest. And from his perspective, the rest is much needed. I don't think he's had any rest ever since he joined Benfica, then the World Cup, then obviously joining us earlier this year, and then obviously this season. I don't think he's had proper rest. So it's good. Take the rest. From Pochettino's perspective as well, he doesn't need to worry about Enzo Fernandez because he doesn't know how to utilize Enzo Fernandez. And that's okay. There are certain managers, some players, they just don't know how to utilize because that's not the way they play. Pochettino does not play like Maurizio Sarri. Pochettino plays how Pochettino knows, which is press high up, high intensity, try and win the ball up front and block, close the opposition in their half. It's not about tiki-taka football. It's not about a lot of possession. It's about just try and force an error from the opposition, try and win the ball back and, materialize, create a goal scoring opportunity. He's not bothered about possession, not too much, because if he was bothered about possession, then he'd be utilizing Enzo Fernandez in a way where we control matches far better. Right now, he's utilizing Enzo Fernandez as a central attacking midfielder, which is misprofiling him. So from Mauricio Pochettino's point of view, it's probably a headache that is, he'll be gladly be able to just put it on the side. and he'll revert to Caicedo and Gallagher being the double pivot. I think that's exactly how Pochettino always wanted anyway. He just wanted the two midfielders that's going to be able to go up and down the channel, and laterally cover the ground as well. Basically, runners. He's looking for runners. That's what he's looking for. And Enzo Fernandez, unfortunately, is not a runner. So this is probably a good little situation for Pochettino, as he can just stay away from the Enzo Fernandez matter. But you best believe the owners and the board, once again, they did a lot of hard work to bring in Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea Football Club. So they will need to see, Enzo being utilized down the track. Abdur Razak is saying, not saying ex-Southampton or Brighton is the issue. Just think selling your in form player to rivals above us make any sense. It's double jeopardize. Anyway, I'm not getting my hopes up for tomorrow. Yeah, look, I hear you. I definitely understand what you're saying. He's been the best player for the manager. He's been the best player for the manager. Why would you want to sell Conor Gallagher? But we also have to understand how these owners and the board are operating. Whether we like it or not, we definitely don't like it. But we need to understand it. That the way these guys are moving is academy product is pure profit. And it goes well for them because of the fact that how well Conor Gallagher has been. They're going to get a very good sum for him. So, and we also have to understand that Conor Gallagher has only got about 18 months left in his contract. So either they sign the long 8-year contract, which is what they've been handing out, right? This is the way that our owners run. Either sign the long 8-year contract or be sold. These are the people that are running the show at the moment. We have to understand. As I said, we can hate it, but these are the people that are running the show at the moment, and you have to abide by the rules. If you don't abide by the rules, no problems. You'll be sold. You'll be sold. You'll be sold. And as I said, not liking this attitude, not liking this way of how they're running the program, that's a different story altogether. But what I'm saying is, this is how they run their business, and it's just going to happen unless they find a solution with Conor Gallagher. 18 months to go in his contract. If they say that, all right, he's 8 years, he's an 8-year contract for you, you get locked into Chelsea Football Club. Happy for you to stay. But Conor Gallagher's not going to accept that, and rightly so. Why should you accept an 8-year contract when you could potentially, in 18 months' time, get a free free transfer to go anywhere else and negotiate your own wages? Milo K is saying it's so much easier for you to believe Poch is being controlled that to accept a 52-year-old man can come out and say the things he does. Is he a kid? Let's be real here. Yeah, man, fair enough. Mo saying, Miz, did you watch Johnny Minerals and Yunus stream today? First hour really opened my eyes about these owners. No, I didn't watch it. I missed out on that. I might go and check that out. Miz, let me play the devil's advocate here. You, the fans, want a top striker for more than 100 million. FFP ends in June. You don't want to sell a player who would make pure profit to fund what you want. Yeah, look, that's also a very good point. Everyone wants a top striker. But we have to balance our books. And now you don't want to sell Gallagher. Gallagher is the most sellable unit at the moment. People will say, well, sell Chalobah, sell Madsen, sell Broya. All of those players, they're not going to fetch enough money. So, Gallagher is the most able at the moment to be sold for quite a lot of money. Miz, you are right. Solanke is definitely the striker we need. Presses, good in the air and feet, and he's very good link-up striker. Watched him today because of you. Thank you. Look, we need to keep watching him, but I feel like he's on the rise. Felix Miz, not many people saw how good Jackson was on the wing against Newcastle. I told it a million times he needs to switch his position. Look, he may be good in the wings, but I don't want him as a winger. We've got other wingers. We should be looking to utilize Raheem Sterling, Mudryk, Cole Palmer on the right side or on the left side. We shouldn't be looking at getting Nicholas Jackson to be our winger. I don't want that. He looks better there, but I don't want that. All right, let's do the team, ladies and gentlemen. The team that I want to see. We'll go with the team that I want to see. I don't want to predict what's going to happen, but the team that I want to see. And the team that I want to see, I want to put a disclaimer. It's probably most likely not going to happen, but we'll see what happens. All right, Petrovic in goalkeeping position. I'm going with Ian Martin. It's not going to happen. 100%, I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, Ian Martin will not be playing as a left back. You got more chances of the sun rising from the west as opposed to Ian Martin starting at left back. I'm telling you right now, Ian Martin, there is no way he's going to play. Is most likely going to be Levi Colwell. But we saw how much better we look as a team when we've actually got actual fullbacks playing for us. But I am quite certain it will be Levi Colwell, hence why I will put that underneath it, that Levi Colwell is probably the one that I think is going to play. In defense, look, I'll just continue with Badia Shield and Silva because they're the ones who've been starting for us in recent times. And I just want Mauricio Pochettino to lock a particular centre-back combination down. Like, enough with all of this scenarios where, we're just changing and chopping and changing. In recent times, Silva and Buddy Shield have been partnering in the middle. Just continue with that. On the right side, I'm going with Malagusto. But you just never know. Like, Pochettino could potentially play with 4 CBs again. I'm not even lying. I'm pretty sure, I'm just going to put this down. I reckon Pochettino could start with 4 CBs again. Because he'll probably want to play that conservative football. He'll probably have an outlook that he doesn't want to lose this match. He doesn't want to lose this match, and he doesn't want to be opened up. He doesn't want to play with fullbacks because fullbacks will potentially leave gaps behind, and he's not very sure about Buddy Shield and Silva getting stretched out. So don't be surprised if Mauricio Pochettino plays with 4 CBs again, which honestly, it annoys me so much. It really does annoy me. And against Wolves, these are quality teams now. These are much, much better teams. Rich Moneymaker saying, breaking news, I've heard the board are afraid if we lose to Crystal Palace and Luton that we could be in relegation fight. Yeah, of course. Of course, no doubts about that. Chelsea Empire, big up to you, my man. This 4 CBs needs to stop. Needs to 100% stop. Miz, the thing it's logic to start Matson. Colwell can't handle pacey wingers. I mean, it's not even his position. Of course, but you best believe Martin ain't going to start. I'll tell you straight up. I'll guarantee you, I'll be so surprised. I'll be so happy as well. I'll be so happy if Martin starts, but I'll guarantee you he ain't going to start. In the middle, I think it's straightforward for everyone. It'll be Caicedo and Gallagher. And I'll go with Caicedo and Gallagher as well. This, for my team, I'll go with them. Up front, I'm going with Nkunku. Look, I don't want to risk him starting this particular match, so I'll have him come off the bench. In the middle, I'm going with Cole Palmer. On the right, I'm going with Sterling. And these 2 positions are interchangeable. Palmer can go on the right. Sterling can stay in the middle. It's interchangeable. They're not locked in. Once Nkunku does come off the bench, I do want to see him play in this position. Not necessarily for Palmer. Palmer can move to the right, and Sterling can hook to the left. But I do want to see Nkunku through the middle, just behind the striker, as opposed to being on the left side. I just feel Nkunku is far more effective through the middle as opposed to being on the left side. On the left, it will be Michaela Mudryk. I think we should continue to give this particular player more game time and more consistency. I know he's not really put together a performance in a 90 minutes or however minutes he plays, but in order to get him more confident, in order to get more out of him, I think we need to continue just getting him to start. And I think this particular formation allows him to start. And up front, I think it's going to be Nicholas Jackson, undoubtedly. He's been... Look, he's another one that's just not been in form. I'm not been enjoying his total performances at all, but he's been scoring. He's been scoring, so he's got to start. So this is how I would line up. We have to match their physicality. We have to match their pace. They're gonna be running all over us. That's what they do. That's exactly what they do. This is the team I'm going with. Petrovic. By the way, Petrovic, very, very keen to see how Petrovic plays. this is a team which will come at us. Last couple of games, teams, Sheffield United haven't come at us. Newcastle were just very happy to sit back and just, prey on their 1-0 lead, which backfired on them. But Wolves will definitely try and come at us, and I want to see how Petrovic does. So far, he's looked calm. Obviously, in the penalty situation, he looked amazing. So let's see what he does. In the back line, I want to go with Martin, Buddy Shield, Silva, and Gusto, but that's not going to happen 100%. I think it's most likely going to be Colwell, Buddy Shield, Silva, either Gusto or Desasi, but I've got an inkling that it's probably going to be Desasi, the 4 CBs. In the middle, I'm going with Caicedo and Gallagher. Up front, I'm going with Mudryk, Palmer, Sterling, and Jackson, and Nkunku to come off the bench and play as the cam. So that's my team, ladies and gentlemen. I think, look, I've got a good feeling we can do something. With Nkunku coming back, I just have this slight feeling that we can do something. But look, I fully respect what Wolves have got going at their home ground. It's not easy. It's not 100% easy. I'm going with a 2-1 victory. 2-1 victory. Hopefully we can get a 2-1 victory. Wolves, one thing about them is they're not clinical. They don't finish opportunities. So hopefully they once again continue being like that, and we can get the best out of them. Milo, okay. Oh, yes, Miz. Let's give Mudryk more time on the pitch so that if he bangs, he bangs. But if he fails, then we can all say we have him the chance and no one can come back. 100%. 100%. That's the only way we can assess a player. Sterling is too inconsistent, though. He has as experience excuse. We give him will slow up the younger and hungrier wingers. Yeah, look. Pochettino does not rate Madueke. So if you're thinking Madueke is going to get a shout, it ain't going to happen. Madueke is another one, ain't starting. Madueke is going to get sold. Poch does not rate Madueke because if he rated him, he would be in the team. On top of that, he's getting injured as well. Chelsea Empire, thank you for this comment. We need to win tomorrow. Poch must use what worked for us versus Newcastle last 10 to 15 minutes. Get Gusto and Martin to start. 100% agreed. NS Sports TV, thanks so much for the super chat. If we sign Victor Osimhen in January by breaking the wage structure, who goes into reserves? Nico Jackson or Armando Broja? Most likely Armando Broja won't be reserved. He'll be sold. He will be sold because you can't keep all of these players. It's simple as that. JC is going, I can bet on this. Wolves will make a defensive line and press our back line. Our forward line will be disconnected and Gallagher will be jumping everywhere. Look, it'll be. I'm keen to see how Pochettino sets us up because we need to focus on the manager. We 100% as a fan base need to focus on the manager. The manager needs to set this young, talented team properly. Has to set their mind, their mentality, their motivation, and have to set the right sort of tone to lead this team to battle and war against some of these Premier League teams. This is why I'm always critical about the manager. How does the manager set us up? What will the manager do if we need some change? Will he be reactive? Will he be proactive? Very important. Poch needs to create momentum. We need momentum now. We've won against Sheffield United. We've gone into the Carabao Cup semi-final. Excellent. Now we need to back it up by winning against Wolves, by winning against Crystal Palace, by winning against Luton. It's not going to be easy. Of course not. But we have to. We have to. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, if you want to look at the table again, one last look at the table. Look where we are. Look where we are. We're 10th. We're 10th with 22 points. Wolves can get even with us if they win. And even if we win, we're still going to be 2 points behind Brighton. So we have to win. There's no two ways about it. We're in seriously poor position. Seriously poor position. Poch was this close to being knocked out by Newcastle team with a terrible away record. He keeps fumbling the bag with square pegs in round holes. He must set us up to win tomorrow. 100% he must. 100% he must set us up for a victory. If Poch is getting rattled in the press conference like that, how can I expect our players to keep their hands? Yeah, and this is why I'm like, sometimes better to just keep your mouth shut. Do you know what I mean? This Pochettino, needs to be held accountable. Stop this. We're playing cowards. Yeah, absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I shall see you guys for the watch-along. We'll probably start the watch-along 1.5 hours before kickoff. because it's in a nice time for me. By the way, even though the match is at midnight, but if I start 1.5 hours earlier, I can mingle with you guys, talk with you guys, and plus tomorrow's holiday anyway. So yeah, we'll see you guys for the watch along. After the watch along, 100% members call in. Make sure you become a member of the channel if you haven't already. If you want to participate post-match, give your thoughts and opinions live on the stream so your voice is heard in the community. Become a member ASAP if you haven't. The link is there in the community page. I know on the mobile it's difficult to find, but if you go to the community page, if you see some of the recent comments, you'll see the link to become a member. So become a member and be part of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.